Thank you so much, Mr. Coughlin and Daniela, and for the best introduction and being the best of friends to Sadie and Eleanor, and to Mrs. Hardy for everything she does. For most of my young life, I did not face hardships. My parents are great. I have the best brother, and I had an even greater best friend, Penny. I never knew a world without Penny in it. In the second grade, my dad moved from the South Shore of Long Island to the North Shore. I know, huge change. And met his best friend, Chad Durgee. Chad and my dad met at the same grade school that Penny and I attended. We're somehow random roommates in college, moved to New York City, both got married, and had daughters 3 weeks apart. Penny and the Durgees were always much more like family to me than friends. Penny and I both grew up with only brothers, so most of our Sunday night family dinners and Saturday night sleepovers were filled with fashion shows, the girliest movies we could find, and giving makeovers to our yellow lab beau. Poor guy. In our worlds, we were sisters. When we were babies, Penny rolled off her parents' bed and broke her leg. What her parents later learned that day at the hospital was that Penny's leg broke because of a plateaued tibia, which actually was a symptom of a rare genetic disease Penny had called neurofibromatosis. Neurofibromatosis is an umbrella disease, which basically means there are a variation of symptoms ranging from learning disabilities to tumors along the nervous system, and any one patient could have any variety of these symptoms. For all of my childhood, I never noticed anything was different about Penny. Besides the butterfly-covered brace she wore on her leg, NF was never a part of the person that Penny appeared to be. Penny was larger than life. Any time she had a leg surgery or couldn't play in a hockey game, it never seemed as if anything was setting her back, but rather she had chosen to pursue something else. And when Penny was sitting on the bench, I usually wanted to be sitting with her. I only began to understand the real challenges Penny faced with NF when we were teenagers. In 8th grade, Penny's doctors found a benign tumor along the optic nerve in her brain. The tumor was removed successfully in surgery, but after the tumor came back twice, Penny was diagnosed with glioblastoma malforma. If you look up glioblastoma on the internet, the statistics are pretty grim. 0 chance of survival, 1 year to live, no cure. However, those statistics could not be further from the person Penny was in the last 2 years of her life. That summer, Penny and I ran a camp together for girls from ages 4 to 7. For anyone who has been a camp counselor, you know that dealing with 15 screaming girls every day is difficult, by anyone's standards. In the mornings before camp, Penny would drive into New York City, have radiation on her head, take a chemotherapy pill, and drive back out in time to greet the little girls with a huge smile on her face. Her illness never defined the person she was or the relationship she had with others. Most people who are diagnosed with terminal brain cancer don't carry on with their daily lives, especially 16-year-olds. But if you asked a single little girl from that summer camp if they thought Penny was sick, their answer would definitely be no. Looking back, those are my very favorite memories of Penny, shining her light during the darkest of her times. She lived her life with purpose and was always joyful. Penny passed away that fall on November 10th, 2022. The week before she passed, I got to hold her hand, spend time with our brothers and close friends, and read Pinkalicious to her, our favorite story from kindergarten. At her celebration of life, her father, Chad, described the Durgees family home that week as a love rocket, sending Penny on to her next journey. There was no other way to describe how the Durgees family home felt that week. And it was entirely a reflection of the person that Penny was. Although she was not one to have tons of friends, the friends she did have loved her deeply. The house was filled with laughter, music, and an abundance of love. Although that week was one of the toughest moments of my life, it holds some of my most cherished memories. Through who Penny was on earth, and the impact she left on our close family and friends, she not only created a love rocket, but she continues to improve the lives of others daily. After Penny passed, I felt a bit like a shell of myself. I had never faced such intense emotions or adversity, and the world without my loving best friend felt empty. To get through those moments of grief, I usually turned to anger or sadness. But as time passed and I grew, I often turned to my favorite memories of Penny. Penny made her deepest impact on me on what I can only imagine to be the hardest moments of her life. And I felt that to preserve her memory, I needed to do the same. Along with Penny's family and friends, we started Penny's Flight Foundation, which has raised millions of dollars in research for neurofibromatosis. While the scientific advancements that have been made in the NF field are significant, I am most proud of Penny's Flight because it keeps Penny's legacy alive. A month after Penny passed, I was on a random website scrolling around. I clicked on a butterfly necklace. The description read, "The butterfly is a symbol of an inextinguishable soul, always drawn to light." I screenshotted the website and sent this definition to Penny's mother, Kate. She wrote back, Penny. Penny lived more in her 16 years than most people will in their whole lifetime. The foundation's logo is a butterfly, which is not only a nod to our slogan, "It's not your lifespan, but your wingspan," but to Penny's inextinguishable light. Every time I see a butterfly sticker on a phone case or Penny's Flight wristband around campus, I feel that I am carrying Penny's legacy by spreading her life's purpose, helping others daily. Who you are in moments of challenge define who you are as a person. It doesn't matter the circumstances or the challenges you face, but if you can reach deep inside yourself and shine your light, that is when you will shine your brightest. You not only have the power to shape your present, but to determine your future. We will all face adversities, big and small. How you tackle challenge is what matters. Spread your wings and shine your light. Thank you.